The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, Lord.
While the crowd was pressing in on Jesus and listening to the word of God, he was standing by the lake of Gennesaret. He saw two boats there alongside the lake. The fishermen had disembarked and were washing their nets. Getting into one of the boats, the one belonging to Simon, he asked him to put out a short distance from the shore. Then he sat down and taught the crowds from the boat. After he had finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Put out into deep water and lower your nets for a catch." Simon said in reply, "Master, we have worked hard all night and have caught nothing. But at your command, I will lower the nets." When they had done this, they caught a great number of fish, and their nets were tearing. They signaled to their partners in the other boat to come and help them. They came and filled both boats, so that the boats were in danger of sinking. When Simon Peter saw this, he fell at the knees of Jesus and said, "Depart from me, Lord, for I am a sinful man." For astonishment at the catch of fish they had made seized him, and all those with him, and likewise James and John, the sons of Zebedee, who were partners of Simon. Jesus said to Simon, "Do not be afraid. From now on, you will be catching men." When they brought the boats to the shore, they left everything and followed him. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
If you're noticing a little bit more middle schoolers than usual in that grouping right there, it's because we're going to have a confirmation retreat after this Mass. Next month, they do get confirmed in Toledo with Bishop Thomas. So thank you for our parents, Ms. Weidman, everybody helping to lead this retreat here today. And if you're noticing more Kimmels than usual, well, it's because as you read the Herald, 50th anniversary this weekend, so we celebrate with them. Last time, we saw that many women in white. Can you think about it? I was wondering if we're going to have a big old grouping of women in white for our congregation this morning. I kind of doubted it, but anyways. State of the Union address this week. We did have that there, women in white. And they were wearing their white in honor of the suffragette movement, the women's right to vote 100 years ago. And when the president acknowledged that more women than ever are serving in Congress, those women in white, they were noticeable the whole time. But they got up, cheered, gave each other some high fives. One lady kept on raising the roof. She was really getting into it. When the president then asked, very shortly after that shout out of all the women serving in Congress, when he asked after that Congress passed legislation prohibiting late-term abortion, half the crowd did stand up and cheer and clap. But when you wear white, especially when you wear white all together, you are going to stand out. And the response of the women in white on this occasion, they stood silently, they sat, expressionless, seated. It stood out to us. The women in white did not cheer that. Women in white. Background, I would say, nurses. With some variation, they used to wear white. Young people maybe never seen that with nurses. It was a professional extension of who they were as daughters, sisters, wives, and mothers. It was just continuing that life of service as a nurse. And those professional uniforms with the hats, pressed, starched. You took the uniform very, very serious because there's a mission to it every time you went on with your shift. Since then, what has happened? with that uniform. We transitioned to genderless scrubs. Do you ever wonder where this whole thing about you interpret your own gender comes from? Trace it back to other things that have happened in our culture. Genderless scrubs. And so, as if sickness and drugs don't confuse us enough, if we ever have to go to the hospital, now we can't even tell who's entering into our room. Is that the custodian? Is that the nurse? But we've chosen the scrubs. They're comfortable and they take no work to clean. You just throw them in machines. And still for us, as far as the color white, a ritual of initiation. These confirmation kids complete their Catholic initiation with confirmation. But stage 2 of Catholic initiation is First Communion. The girls wore all white dresses. That's one thing that hasn't changed. I haven't seen second grade girls wear pants or any other color than white. You tell me, do we still hold that color in regard? Spiritually, the fact that we still have the music. And some of those girls grow up to be young women who return to their color white for their marriage. And you can tell me your thoughts on this, but just thinking about it with our Catholic nurses of old, when they put on that white uniform, they remember the dual dignity that they were initiated in. With God, and with us, the Catholic community. And what is that dual dignity that white represented? Dignity of who they are as daughters of God, as your daughters, their dignity. And also the dignity of what they're going to do when they receive Holy Communion, when they get married, when they go on a shift at a hospital. And no matter what happens to them in life, they have a dignity in what they're going to do. The white representing them. And I think about this. When our girls of white, and not to put pressure on the female, but when our girls of white disconnect from the God-centered dual dignity of who they are and what they're called to do, and if they get co-opted into careerism or aiming for the non-God-centered achievements in life, first and foremost, that will be the eventual flat feeling, not only for that individual, but within our Catholic culture, and maybe our culture as a whole. A flat feeling of being disconnected from God's centeredness. You may argue with me, but I think in some ways we're not the people of the white as much as we could be. Maybe we become the people of scrubs. Maybe we are the scrubs now. Because hasn't women's religious life in our Catholic culture been scrubbed out of existence? Has it not been scrubbed out? You tell me where they are. Women's religions. And also quality family life. Scrubbed out because we're too busy. And babies never born because other achievements were pursued. In the rite of baptism, the child, all of us, boys and girls, were given that white garment. And if you had a baptism recently in your family, you might remember these words. These are our words when we get that white garment put on us. You have become a new creation. You were born already, but now you're a new creation, and have clothed yourself in Christ. See in this white garment the outward sign of your Christian dignity. Bring that dignity unstained into the everlasting life of heaven. The gospel reading. Jesus, he got into Simon's boat. That was a way for Jesus to get into Simon's professional life. Jesus wanted to get into where Simon did his daily work. Into the boat as Simon had his work clothes on. At this point, Simon was only following Jesus. Now Jesus is going to go to where to explain to him all the ways of fishing, all the ways of his trade. Jesus just gave an order to him. Jesus was not the fisherman, but he told the fisherman what to do. And Simon, using the very same nets that he would have used, the same tools of the trade, in the very same leg, with the same physical strength. Jesus did not give him any supernatural physical strength. He just acted on the orders of Jesus in the context of his trade, his profession, his life. Nurses, they put on that white once upon a time, and they maintained their whites. Maintenance was itself part of the work. You know how hard it is to get out stains, but that's part of the commitment that a person of the white garment makes. I'm going to put in the work to take out stains. I'm not going to let some machine just do it for me. There's a nobility and a purpose. And still, I'm told, when nurses graduate, they go back to that color white, at least for one day, in their hat, and they get their pictures taken on their graduation day with white. Being a white garment people, from our baptism, realize we have had a profession, we have had a uniform since the time we were a baby. You and I do not have to. They determine things that you have to do and you don't have to do. We don't have to get a certain profession that costs $20,000 to $40,000 a year in college to obtain. Don't forget you already have one. We already have one through Christ. And the color of our profession is white. Let me ask you this. How would you take if we lowered the colors of the red, white, and blue, and we replaced it with the color of red of China? There's a pledge, and you know this. Patriotically, you know this. And it's true for Catholicism too. There's a pledge we make with our colors on, or our colors raised. And don't think that abandoning the color of our profession, of our identity, patriotism or Catholic identity, may not also be an abandonment of the very mission itself. You get rid of the color, you get rid of the mission. The things we do well, whatever we do, we can do better. It's one of the messages of the gospel. And as white garment people, what is the better? It's not rising up on a ladder for more money and status and a career. That's fine. But the better as white garment people, while it might not always be miraculous, is doing the God-centered thing. Doing the God-fearing thing, because we know God, and doing the moral thing. Those politicians might be fine politicians in their white and all those other politicians there. But the better thing they can do, even at the cost of their career, is the moral thing. The God-centered thing. That's what needs to come out of white garment people. And when we go to Mass, sacramentally, receiving Jesus in Word and the Eucharist, you know what you're doing? You're allowing Jesus to get into your boat, into your personal life, and into your professional life. And the signing moment of that gospel, maybe some of us will experience this too, is listening to what Jesus asked us to do, and doing it, and feeling the power that comes through it. Simon Peter got down on his knees, not when he saw Jesus drive out demons, not when he saw Jesus heal his mother-in-law. Simon got down on his knees when he felt the power of God work through him in his professional life. And then Simon called himself a sinner. That's when Jesus proved he was Lord to Simon. When Simon felt him in his soul and in the work that he did. That's where the power of God can still be found. In our testimony to him. You are the Lord. listen to his commands and follow it in our work and our professional life. So, this color white has its privileges and obligations. It hides no stains. It requires care and maintenance. Jesus takes the pressure off. He washes out our stains. He did the hard work through the blood. We just have to go back to him to get clean. And so we do today. Receive him in the sacrament. He did the work. Stay clean with that. And as you leave Mass today, or anytime you allow Jesus to get into your life, don't just leave and taking the bulletin and whatnot. Take your words from him explicitly, and put it in action. And when you see the power of Jesus in your life, you will call him Lord.